Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. EJ was wrapping up a press conference regarding Stefan's detention in the DiMera living room when a gloomy Holly stormed in. "Good morning," stated EJ. EJ yelled out to Holly, but she did not stop. "I am aware that receiving punishment has disturbed you. However, you decided to lie to us about doing drugs," EJ remarked. "You've never lied?" Holly retorted. While acknowledging that everyone makes errors, EJ insisted that Holly needed to grow up. "If everyone makes mistakes, how is it fair that Tate and I can't see each other anymore?" Holly inquired. EJ clarified that Brady and Teresa had made that choice and that he could see why Tate's parents had felt that way. "I know that you think you want to be with Tate right now, but I believe in time, you'll realize that this separation is for the best," said EJ. Holly maintained that EJ was to blame for the predicament, claiming that he had been overly vigilant in Tate's prosecution.
EJ scowled.
Paulina scoffed at her hearty breakfast in the Brady pub. Abe laughed and pointed out that Paulina's cancer treatment will soon come to an end, allowing her to resume her regular breakfast routine. Paulina emphasized that although she was appreciative of the therapy, she was not looking forward to being sequestered during the process. "Abraham Carver, I detest being apart from you. Even for a minute," Paulina remarked. "Take Paulina's hand in Abe's." Johnny stopped Chanel as she was walking to work in the square and gave her the key to the Horton cabin. "Today is the first day of our mini-moon," declared Johnny. "I have to go to work." "You're aware of it," said Chanel. Johnny shrugged and said their honeymoon could wait. "I comprehend," Johnny uttered. After giving Johnny a kiss, Chanel entered the bakery. Johnny grinned. Chanel called Johnny cunning as she came back outside. "My second-in-command asked me why I even showed up when I am supposed to be on my honeymoon," Chanel replied. Johnny clarified that he had requested that the employees fill in for Chanel for a few days. "That was good of them, but Johnny, it's not right," Chanel responded. For the additional days, Johnny clarified that he had agreed to a time-and-half salary. With a "I'll cover it," Johnny concluded. Chanel congratulated Johnny for his kindness. "I really want to go, so much, but Mama, she starts her treatment," Chanel stated. That's why, Johnny stated, he'd chosen to begin their honeymoon on that particular day. "Paulina will spend time alone. I assumed you would want to spend as much time as possible with her once she is no longer radioactive, since you won't be able to be with her for the next few days," Johnny remarked. Chanel gave a nod of approval. Johnny said Chanel could make a quick trip home if necessary because the cabin was close enough. "I promise that this is going to be the best time ever, Mrs. DiMera," Johnny replied. "Well, I already know that, Mr. Dupree, because I am going to be alone in a cabin with the sexiest husband in the world," Chanel replied. Johnny encircled Chanel with his arms. Kristen sulked outside the Salem Inn, flipping through the news story regarding Stefan's drug-related arrest. "What the hell?" stated Kristen. As EJ turned the corner, Kristen listened in on their phone conversation with Mr. Shin. EJ began, "I know it's not a good look for the company." Kristen cut him off, and EJ quickly hung up. Enraged, Kristen questioned EJ about how she had discovered Stefan's detention through a news article. After promising Kristen that the family firm was in good hands, EJ hurried away. When Johnny saw his father walking past the cafe, he stopped him and told EJ that he and Chanel were heading to the Horton cabin. "It's fantastic. It is much overdue," EJ stated. EJ was about to bolt once more when Johnny stopped him and inquired about Stefan. "Do you even care?"
EJ inquired.
"I do, of course. He's my uncle," remarked Johnny. "And he was providing Holly with the medications that almost killed her." "Hey, everything's taken care of and perfect, right?" stated EJ. After telling Johnny to enjoy his honeymoon, EJ took off. Paulina was in the Brady pub finishing her breakfast when Chanel came by with a box of baked pastries. "You're an angel," Paulina bellowed. Bear claws were not permitted in Paulina's diet, she observed as she turned to face Abe. "Because these are manufactured with non-iodized salt, you undervalue me." "So, everything is well," Chanel stated. Chanel gave Paulina a bear claw, and Paulina cried out in delight. Chanel told Paulina and Abe that she was going on a brief honeymoon to the Horton cabin. Chanel remarked, "But if you want me to stay." Paulina said, "Go. I insist." Given the frigid temperature, Abe advised Chanel to stay warm. Paulina laughed and said Johnny would make sure Chanel stayed warm. Paulina declared herself prepared to go once Chanel had left. "Even though I'll miss you a lot, I'm going through this process knowing that you'll be waiting for me at home and that you'll be reminded of our past. Knowing that you love me now, then, and forever gives me such peace," Paulina remarked. "And with all of my heart," Abe shot back. Holly reflected in the DiMera living room on her talk with Tate over their meeting place at school. Johnny went back home while Holly tried to forget the memory. "What's wrong?" inquired Johnny. "Not a thing. However, I genuinely don't have a life," Holly remarked. Holly informed Johnny that she was not allowed to visit Tate. "To be clear, Tate is not the love of my life," Holly said, "just in case anyone tries to tell you I am." With a smirk, Johnny reported not having heard anything. "But I really do like him. He's a good guy, really." "That doesn't matter, though, because my third stepdad and mother have determined that we are toxic partners." "And they're not, you know," stated Holly. Holly said she thought EJ and Nicole weren't a good fit and apologized to Johnny. "I don't know about that, but I am sorry to hear about you and Tate," Johnny replied. Holly shrugged and admitted that it was her fault. "You made a mistake. Everybody does it. You're currently bearing the price for it. And this is going to be nothing more than a horrible memory for you very soon," Johnny remarked. Upon glancing at his watch, Johnny excused himself to get upstairs and begin packing for his journey. "I'm really glad for all of you. You two truly are very much in love. One day, hopefully, I'll find it," Holly remarked. Holly was advised by Johnny not to rush things since she would eventually find love. Once Johnny had gone upstairs, Rachel came in and gave Holly a hug. Rachel asked Holly whether she would want to paint their nails the way they had in the past. Following their nail art, Holly inquired about her studies. While Holly and Rachel were chatting, Johnny and Chanel entered with their bags. Holly wished the couple a happy anniversary. As Johnny and Chanel shared a kiss, Rachel choked and Holly laughed. Rachel informed Holly that she would never get married and that she disliked boys after Johnny and Chanel departed. "Well, that's not necessary. When you grow up, what do you want to be?" Holly inquired. Holly mentioned that she likes animals and ran over a few possibilities. When Kristen got home, she noticed Rachel and Holly and frowned. Rachel was told to go upstairs by Kristen. "What the hell are you doing?" Kristen inquired. Holly stated, "We were just hanging out." Holly was told by Kristen to avoid Rachel. Holly declared, "I'm not doing drugs anymore." "Is that just another lie?" Kristen screamed. According to Kristen, Tate was not just Rachel's half-brother, but also treated her like a son. "How do you think she is going to feel when she finds out what you did to him?" Kristen inquired. Holly began to object, but Kristen silenced her. If Holly went up to Rachel once more, Kristen would tell her that she would regret it.